Oof.
It was a whoop.
Alright, so as a recap. Last time you guys had decided that you were going to go back to the ruined temple of Jakuz, the Flayed One, and investigate that chamber that was underneath the ruined temple. But you're like, we need to prep for this. We need to make torches. We need to make sure we have some food. We have to make sure we have some water. So you took a day or so to get ready, during which there was just a torrential downpour. So you're like, okay, maybe it's best if we just hole up in this cave. But during the evening, while Caldi was keeping watch, he encountered a couple of men running through the forest at night, obviously in a great deal of fear, that he decided to amplify by toying with them. Kind of spooked them off. One of them ran into a tree and knocked himself unconscious. The other one fled deeper into the woods. He did help the unconscious gentleman back to the campsite. The man, his name was Robert, mentioned that he and his friend Johan were part of a hunting group from a village like a few days from where you guys were. He wasn't entirely sure which direction because he was lost in the woods, but he managed to go like, okay, when we were leaving, the sun was coming up. The sun was on my left, so that means we were heading south. So you guys figure that there is a village a couple of days north of your cave. Anyway, Johan and Robert had gotten separated from their group. They got lost. While they were trying to find their way back to their group, they came across an area in the dark forest with these like handmade wooden carved symbols hanging from trees. Robert was like, okay, my parents are very superstitious. I know not to touch things. Johan, however, was an idiot. And tore some of them down, broke some of them. Shortly thereafter, they felt a presence, something hunting them, and they just bolted. Robert was able to very roughly sketch out the symbol on the ground, and Trestius recognized it as an ancient god called the Nightwalker, who is essentially the uncaring, uncompromising nature personified. During this, you heard some howls off in the distance, a human scream, and you figured that Johan probably got caught. And there was some concern that perhaps Robert would lead whatever was hunting them through the woods back to you guys. So you let him stay overnight, and then you're like, well, nice knowing ya, good luck, here you go, and set him free. You gave him some rough directions as to where he might be able to find the path that leads to the walled village. And with that, you decided, well, this rain is probably not going to let up anytime soon. So you set off for the ruined temple. Underneath the temple, you encountered a very large crypt. Within it, numerous sarcophagi, whichever is proper, along with some flat stone markers indicating that there were some people in sarcophaguses, some people just buried in the dirt, probably denoting a caste system between within this religion. You also encountered these blood-sucking bat, bird, insect creatures, which didn't prove too much trouble, but enough to indicate that there's life here that you're not familiar with. As you searched through the crypt, you obviously found what seemed to be their nesting area. A couple of husks of giant beetles, probably about the size of a mastiff, that had been drained of any bodily fluids, along with a vaguely reptilian humanoid corpse around the same size as Kaldi and Ryzen. So, around 2.5, maybe 3 feet tall. And again, drained of any bodily fluids. Also within the crypt was a broken down wall that seems to lead into a series of natural caverns beyond. Thinking that perhaps you would explore further, you took a little bit of time. People got some shut-eye, and Trestius called upon some, let's call them darker powers. And we exited the scene as you guys off in the darkness heard the creaking of a sarcophagus lid opening and then the crashing of that lid falling to the floor.
Well, that ain't good. We read up on this lucky talent. That's going to come in handy.
Lucky is whenever you take a critical, you roll twice and take whichever one is most beneficial to you.
Yeah, and at rank 2, I can reverse the roll. 16 becomes a 61, for example.
Yeah. And at rank 3, you get to choose which critical you take off the table.
I think Anita needs this skill.
I think Trestius needs that skill.
So yes, it is dark. There is like a little shaft of sunlight coming down from the hole. Other than that, your torches have gone out over the time Trestius has been doing his thing.
You
guys
guys
are
affect
there,
what
right?
you're doing, Prestius?
Trestius is not even really here at the moment. So this green energy, as he's mostly meditating when this is happening. The slow chant coming out of his mouth doesn't sound like him at all. And before he started, he was speaking with the dead with this Sarnaz, I think his name was. And when he spoke to it, it wasn't that quiet, timid thing. It was like, "Who do you serve?" And he's like, "I serve Jukas." And Trestius was like, "No, you serve me now." And then he started this ritual. At the end of it, everything goes black. The sarcophagus hits the ground. Trestius all but passes out. And I suppose that's where we start.
Sounds about right.
And you said a lid just fell off something?
Yes, there's the cracking of stone as the sarcophagus lid hits the ground.
And where is this?
Somewhere in the crypt with you, somewhere out there in the dark.
But I can see in the dark.
You can. It is outside the range of what you can see.
Just your
Desi?
speed or
If I'm looking to the north, is it to my left or to my right? That sound.
It is to your left.
I'm going to go take a look.
Busy, I can't see.
Jeez. Yeah, I can't see either.
Shh.
Out of me.
So, Kaldi, as you kind of move around,
Don't go far.
you do see a what looks like a skeletal warrior standing up from the sarcophagus. It's got like a rusty broadsword on its hip. It's got like the broken remnants of a shield, rotted leather armor.
Okay, I'll move my way back and
I can't see you, Culdy. Everybody, come to the light. That might be handy.
I move back by Desislava and say, "This is a Desislava job, not a culty job."
What is?
Walking skeleton in leather armor, rotting leather armor, at your 10 o'clock.
Okay. Trestius,
I can't see.
you can't see the light?
Hmm.
Because that's an entirely different problem, and we're gonna need to fix that.
Desi, you hear the sound of bone and metal on stone moving.
Yeah, that's not a good sound at all.
That
I
direction.
would like to light a torch.
Okay. All right.
What happened to the lantern I gave you?
Sure, I'll light the lantern instead, and sit it down, hoping that it gives off more light.
So it does give off a little bit more light.
Okay. I'm gonna set the lantern down there, and so that I can have my sword and shield out.
Okay.
Trestius, can you see the light?
I'll try to get to you. I'll kind of crawl on the ground.
Okay.
Do I hear that the bone and metal on stone sound is closer to where Trestius is than it was before?
Yes, it seems to be moving in his direction.
I will also move in that direction. Culdy, can you bring the light closer? I can't fight in the dark.
Yeah, I'll bring the light.
Start toward. Yeah, start toward Trestius.
I can do that. I can see trust.
All right, so you guys can see just kind of at the edge of the lantern, this skeletal warrior just walking towards Trestius, and then it stops.
Trusty is like hands and knees on the ground, trying to crawl his way around. Just eyes wide, tears welling up in his eyes. Just puts up a shaking hand. It's fine. Stop. Sarnaz, stop.
Sorry, did you call that by a name?
You say smartass?
I don't think he called it smartass, but maybe.
It won't hurt us.
Desi looks skeptical.
Have I been doing something for the last while?
You were talking. I wasn't paying much attention to what you were saying. I was kind of distracted by, the dark and the dead and the flappy things.
And not interrupt them.
This has happened before. Sarnaz, stand down.
Okay. And you see this thing just kind of, do a rough semblance of standing at ease, like a professional soldier would.
Yeah, Sardas, stand down.
It just kind of it looks at Caldi, and then this very like eerie, cheery voice says like, "Not my master."
May not be your master, but I'm going to be your boss.
Okay.
And then I'll hide behind Desislava.
Yeah, thanks.
Trestius is like two hands on the sarcophagus that's in front of him, just staring at the ground.
Trestius, how do you hire a zombie? What do they want? Like, like brains or something?
Pockets
Some-
equal pay.
Something that
The
happens
rest of the
sometimes.
conversation was
What?
Like the Saurians in the forest or the jungle. Sometimes the magic happens.
Sometimes the magic happens. And this time
Glad you could clear that up for us.
the magic got you a skeleton servant thing?
For
you
now.
got a Jeep. Oh,
This one can speak.
which is
It's
why
good.
it was only
That's good.
205
Maybe we can
car.
learn something.
Jeep
It's
cost
Sarnaz.
400.
You will answer the questions that these people ask you. Everyone in this room. Understood?
Yes, master.
Okay,
I need to sit
that
down.
is what I said.
See what you can
Okay.
learn.
I got the 200. and
Sarnaz, you will
Shane was
not
there.
strike anybody in this room.
So you were keeping it here.
Are we sure we're the only people in this room?
There's
Let's hope so.
a different price on the car. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Otherwise,
Or-
By Colga.
Can we expect any more of these things to pop out?
I hope not.
I appreciate your confidence and your answer.
And just so York's not sitting out a bunch, we're just gonna say that Okatai's been basically keeping watch above in the ruins.
Perfect.
Personally.
okay. Caldi, can you see the whole room? Because your eyes are better than anybody's.
I can, if my screen is working the way it's supposed to, I can.
Yeah, I adjusted your vision range.
Yeah, so I can see almost everything in this room. Some of it's in
Okay.
shadows, but not too dark.
But you're not seeing anything else moving in here but us.
Nope. I don't see so much
Okay.
as a cockroach.
That's excellent, because I hate those little fuckers. Okay. That's good. And Risen had said something about a cave-in toward the north of this chamber. Or you did? Somebody said something about a wall that wasn't quite right.
Why?
Oh, that's a better ledge.
Yeah, there's at the north, about at our almost to our 1 o'clock where we're standing right now. There's a pile of rubble that we might be able to dig through.
Okay.
And I can kind of see beyond it. In fact, I will run up there and take a look.
Don't.
Because I don't need your lantern.
I sent
Desi's in the
her to
dark.
go get the car.
I.
I left the lantern
Can't-
for you, though.
Thank
On
you.
the ground.
She'll pick up the lantern and follow. I can't protect you if you're running off into darkness. People these days. I'll follow along, kind of casting a look back at whatever skeleton guy's name was. Sarnaz. Looking back at Sarnaz every now and then.
I hope he likes
Sarnaz
looking
come.
front.
We went sick here. I thought I had given Desi a light.
We did at one point, and then I passed it off, apparently. Thank you.
Yes, but you just picked it up again, so. Alright, so Calder, you take a look, and it's partially caved in. It doesn't look like it'd be difficult to move things out of the way. There's definitely space for somebody your size, roughly your size, to travel back and forth through this passageway without any issue at all. And beyond it, it just looks like just natural caverns. There's like a little bit of working that's been done. Like you see, like pick scrapes on the wall, right around where it breaks through into the crypt. But it looks like the natural cavern was there, and then a little bit of work was done to marry it up with the crypt and break through the wall. But other than that, it's all natural cavern.
All right. I'll relay that information. So I don't want to slip through there, see what's on the other side. But Desi will get mad at me if I do that.
You're the one who hired me. If you're going to run
Yeah,
off
that's
where I
okay.
can't follow you, that's up to you.
I get
But
mad at my
don't
boss
get
all
mad
the
at
time
me.
too.
As long as I'm not in trouble because you ran off,
There's no way
that's fine.
through there, huh?
I don't know. Is there any way I could get through that?
Yeah, you can probably shove some stuff out of the way.
Hey, Trestius, does your Sarnaz lift heavy things? Or is he too fragile?
Sarnaz, what's on the other side of this thing?
Dirt.
Pardon me?
Dirt.
That's what he says, dirt?
Apparently, Sarnaz is a smartass.
Hey, if I
You
want
were
to
right after
find
all.
gold and wealth, if I want to find some gold and wealth and useful items here without, being chopped in half or getting impaled or stabbed or any other poisoned or any other that kind of thing, where would I look?
The wealth of the Priest Kings was buried with them.
Any priest kings buried here? Are we surrounded by priest kings?
This is the crypt of the faithful.
Oh, good to know.
One thing about the undead, they always give you a great answer.
When they're not busy being smartasses.
Were you buried with any wealth?
I have my sword, my armor.
We open these other ones. Is that what we'll find as well with these other people?
They are buried with what is needed.
Why did you need sword and armor when you were dead?
for use in the afterlife.
Oh.
Part of me wants to ask. Part of
Oh.
me really doesn't.
Trestius looks really pained when he says that.
Trestius, you introduced me to the most interesting people.
I don't think it
So
was
this
really
gentleman
me.
wants to move.
Okay, well, it definitely wasn't any of us. So,
All right. I don't think you need to follow me. I'm pretty good at sneaking. And I want to see what's on the other side of this, so I'm gonna scramble through. Won't be long. If
Okay.
I scream, come and rescue me. If I don't scream, if I'm not back in a couple hours, feel free to leave. Maybe search the place, check out some of these things. Like a couple emeralds wouldn't break my heart.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Oh, Katai, can you
Your
come
newfound
down?
friend do it. He seems to be. He seems like he hasn't had any exercise in a couple of years.
Oh boy.
Yard
So
ass. What a
unexpected.
stupid name for a zombie. All right, so I'm gonna try to slide through silently, Chris.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. You can pop through very easily. And inside.
Oh yes. By the way, my wits that are normally 5 right now are 1.
Yep.
But that means I have a lot of willpower, but I sure could use a rest.
Well, you rested while Trestius was doing his summoning.
Oh, that's right. Can I click the rest button then?
Yep.
Oh, I feel much better now. And I have 5 willpower. I feel so empowered.
Just think of the stuff you could pull out of that bag.
Well, if I raise it one more, instead of measuring in silver, I can measure in gold.
Ooh.
That changes a lot of what I can pull out.
Sure
I
does.
can hand around those magnifying glasses from session 1.
So Caldy, you pop through, and yeah, it is a natural cavern. Looks like it doesn't go into a T junction or anything. It looks like it just goes in one direction from here. You can definitely choose to follow it along if you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna be stealthy.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna be as stealthy as possible.
Okay.
And
Chris, I'll get Risen to trade spots with Okatai's. Might as well bring him in, right?
Yep.
call it scouting because I'm looking for stuff,
Scouting.
and that'll allow me to use my 6th sense.
One sec.
That reacts against sneak attacks and ambushes.
Yep. So scouting is rolled at the moment of the ambush, sort of thing.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about, like, when I tell you to roll it, then is when you need to worry about it.
Good to know.
All right. So I'm just going to explore for about 10, 15 minutes, then head back because I don't want to do. I'm wee and old. I don't want to do this all my own. I want to get lost. Oh, by the way, Caldy is not brave. He's desperate. There's a difference. He's terrified. Got a short amount of time to go with a whole bunch of wealth.
All right. So you're making your way through this cavern. It's slightly damp, like along the walls. There's no running water or anything, but just the humidity from the jungle above and everything, and the near constant rain. It is vaguely disconcerting to be this far underground with nobody around. Periodically, you kind of look back to see if you can see like the little glow of the lantern coming through the crack in the wall, and it's reassuring until you get to the point where you look back and you don't see that anymore. You're like, well, there was my one point of reference. And at this point, why don't you give me a survival roll?
I've heard of those.
Spend karma.
So glad I had that ref.
Okay, so you kind of stop for a second. You think, you're like, okay, I went left, I went right, I went right, I went left. You're pretty sure you can find your way back to where you started from. And I am going to need you to make a scouting roll with your +1 from your talent.
Nicely done.
So
I love my wits level. I'm so glad I put that at a 5.
one sec here. So I'm going to pull Coldy over to this map. In the meantime, Okatai, you've made your way down. Ryzen and Kogan will kind of switch positions, essentially making sure that nobody comes and kind of seals you guys in.
Okay, good. So I'll be coming down.
Yep.
When Okatai kind of climbs down and jumps down the hole, gets his bearings, Trestius is like on the ground, leaning up against the sarcophagus, and will pretty much just lean his body, move over and lean his body against Okatai. Like this just giant wolf thing.
All right. So
Okay, Sacrifices try to reassure Trestius, but when he sees the undead, of which he has not been warned about, he's gonna point his spear at it and growl at it.
It won't hurt. It won't hurt you.
Yeah. And it's just standing there. Like, it hasn't moved since it was told to stop.
Is it one of the mayor's toys?
It's mine.
there's some.
Ah,
Try to keep it under control.
I don't think is a threat to us, but it does know. It has its memories. It might know things about this place. If we can ask it the right questions.
I think I asked it all the important questions.
So Sarnaz, come here. This is my friend, and you will not harm him. You will answer his questions. You understand?
Yes.
Yes.
Was this island a prison while you were alive?
No.
Did your people rule over this place?
Yes, Jakuz rules all.
Did you wage war? Did you have enemies on this island?
We subjugated those who are weaker, those who would not follow.
Whoever fallen?
I do not remember.
And this is a temple?
Yes. This was the temple of Jakuz, the Flayed One.
A resting place for the faithful?
Yes.
That hole in the wall, was it your people's doing, or is that an accident?
I do not know.
We don't know what's over there.
Dirt.
Yeah, probably.
The methods
Sarnaz,
of infection.
if something attacks
Make
me,
yourself into
go
one of those
protect me with your unlight.
walking, do nothing
If
but
something
want to
attacks
scratch people's
my friend
faces.
here, Okatai, you'll do the same. Do you understand?
Yes, Master.
Or Desi.
Yeah. Suddenly I'm just whatever.
Because he
Cast
doesn't need protected.
She might from walking dead skeleton things. She doesn't know.
I'm hugging a 7-foot tall were-dog.
Cast aside.
I am making the were-dog my friend.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the god of this place?
So if
I
you
don't
see
know
a
much about
helicopter,
it.
Get to the woods. Don't
It's a
hang
god
around.
lost in
Just
lore
keep
for the most part.
Faithful seems to have been burrowed with swords and enemies.
Smart ass think of that.
Cultures, they bury their dead in different ways.
So,
I-
in this area,
I would advise
that took a shot at them.
not
I
disturbing
can
the
only
groups.
say that if you
And I
piss them
understand
off, they will come
What
through
that sounds like.
and they will.
There's wisdom in that. I'll wait, but I need to find a sword at some point.
And in the meantime, Caldy, you're making your way down this this long corridor. You've been gone some time. And you do see there's some bones here on the ground in various states
There
of
are, and they're bigger than
disrepair.
I am.
Some of them are indicating, maybe the human size, maybe something larger. You're not really sure if it's, human or animal. Like, huh. And then you just happen to, you think for a second, you're like, nobody ever looks up. And you look up and you see it's hard to spot. It's almost camouflaged. This amorphous shape moving across the ceiling into a position over top of you.
Can I make a roll to see what it is? Because I kind of want to know if it's sentient or not, and whether I can have a conversation with it. Because that's going to change my actions if I can.
You can make a lore roll.
Lore roll. Big bucks, big bucks.
Oh,
Yeah, a success.
No, can I push that?
Not really.
Because I had no ones, right?
Well, it's more a matter you didn't fail. You got a success, and given the nature of this, you're not likely to get more information.
All right. So what am I looking at here? Am I going to be able to talk my way out of this shit, or do I have to run my way out of this shit?
Judging from the way it is somewhat oozing across the ceiling, you do not think that talking is an option.
Well, all right. I want to try something. We'll see if we can. If you'll let me do this. I'm thinking this sounds like a instinct hunter. So I'm going to make it look like I'm going to wander into just out of its reach, kind of where it has to crawl somewhere to get to me. Look up suddenly like I've seen it, and act like I'm going to make a beeline out of its in one direction, which is leading further into the cavern. And as soon as my body language says that, and I see it start to twitch, I am going to beeline in the other direction, kind of in a performance roll.
All right. You can make a performance roll at -2.
Is there anything I can do to add things to this?
Not really.
I was typed in -20. That wouldn't have helped.
What's your
All right,
pride?
well, pardon me?
What's your pride?
Dare I tell you? Negotiation means giving your opponent short-term gain while taking a much greater reward in the long term.
That's not going to help.
If not,
And you do notice as you're getting ready to pull off this this cunning plan, when you look up, you can't see the creature.
All right, well, I'll make this roll.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to push.
Okay. Uh-oh.
I wasn't that empathetic anyway.
Right. So, you
Did not trick it.
you did not trick it, not with -1 successes.
All right. Well, I'm still making the beeline.
Zig when he should have zagged.
right?
Well, I think the way this would work, the zig and zag would be irrelevant. The only thing I cost myself there was an empathy point.
And an ass kicking.
Well, the ass kicking was going to come whether I'd done that or not.
Ooh. It's a lot of dice for no successes.
So yeah, you're like, okay. And you zig and you zag, and you're hoping that you throw this thing off, and you see what you thought you were certain was a stalactite. It kind of unfurls like an umbrella opens up, and you realize the reason you didn't see it is because it is undetectable from normal stonework. And it just kind of swoops down. Thankfully, you were short. Were you like Desi's height, it would have probably grabbed you around the head.
Ooh. My
Yeah.
hat!
Oh no, not your pimpin' hat.
Uh,
I think I got a fedora in the bag. Don't worry about it.
but Culdy, you're going to want to draw some initiative.
Close. I forget we were supposed to draw low or draw high.
Low.
Uh-oh.
I think low is good, right?
Low
Well,
is
that-
good.
That 10 was not lucky. Aha! That was lucky, though.
So again, this thing swoops through your head, and as it unfurls, one sec here, I'll show you a picture. It looks like that.
Jesus.
And you also
Like a
notice
squid with bat wings. Looks like a squid, except between its arms, it's got like that bat wing soft tissue.
and you can tell like it is deliberately trying to basically fling itself at your head.
Well,
You're
I'm,
up.
look, I'm looking at all the stuff all of it says run like hell, except my ability to run like hell.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna run like hell anyway.
All right.
I want to weave and dive between stalagmites. Mites are on the bottom, right? Tights are on the top.
Stalagmites are on the bottom. G for ground, C for ceiling.
Yeah, I want to weave and dive and slide and do everything like a rabbit would being chased by a coyote.
All right. Give me a move roll.
Little Yoda action going on here.
I wish I had hero points. I'm gonna push. I can't push because I fail.
I know you can push a fail. You just you can only push if pushing actually means something.
If there's a consequence, right?
Okay. All right. Well, I pushed and
All right.
succeeded.
So that's good because if you had failed that roll, it would have gotten a free attack at you as you tried to run away. But yes, you basically wait for it to kind of time your movement for the swoop because you know it's got to basically swoop down and then back up. And when it kind of goes back up, you make a break for it, and like a tentacle reaches around, like grabs one of the stalagmites near you, and you hear like this wet slurpy sound as the suckers hit it. But you and Free are clear to run.
And I am running. How far can I run?
You can move one zone as a fast action, and then you can downgrade your slow action, so you can move 2 zones. So essentially, now that you've kind of broken combat with it, you can outrun it.
Oh, well, I'm beelining right back to where I came from.
Fuck.
Hell no.
Holdy, you okay in there?
Clear me some room. I'm coming in fast.
Kelly kind of comes scurrying through that little entryway.
Sword in one hand, shield in the other.
Yeah. You ever heard of those kind of land-based giant squids that are all black and they hide up at the top of caves, waiting for people to walk under them and then drop down on them and try to eat their heads? Me neither, but they got some here.
Great.
That's kind of. I didn't see anything in there worth a damn. Why don't we just kind of block this back up?
Yeah, you did notice that corridor you were in did continue to go on.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll mention that. Well, it does go on, but first we got to kill at least one giant squid.
Hello.
Sarnaz blocked the gap with Desi, with female.
Desi is fine.
This
I'll
is
wait and
Norman.
watch for something to stab.
Don't see anything.
Maybe it doesn't like the light? Or was it just slower than you? Well, obviously it was slower than you're here. But was it a lot slower than you?
It was a little bit slower than me when I was panicking, but it's one of those drop and grapple things. I don't know how fast it is. Probably not that fast on land, but didn't seem that fast when I caught it up there on the ceiling either. But it stretches pretty good, so you don't want to get too close.
Okay. I'll continue keeping watch.
Was it more visible when it was running after you?
Black, and it's pretty dark in there. I don't know how well you guys would see it. I don't think the torchlight would have caught it. I was watching it, turned my glance away just for a second to try a maneuver, look back up, lost it, and I thought it was a stalactite. It's pretty well camouflaged. Like I said, I think it's an ambush hunter.
Well, you didn't have a light with you, so that's not a... We can't really judge it that way.
Just my charm and wit.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you?
Yeah. And that's something that something that Cully would be aware of is like, without a light source, it still knew exactly where you were.
Yeah, that's a given.
How
It's
blinding
nocturnal
is
too.
it? How blinding is a torch for you, Colby?
Not at all. I walk around in the bright sunny days all the time. Just can't tan.
Yeah, so it won't be blinding for it either. Yeah, I bet.
Who knows?
Dunno.
I'm used to it. It's not.
I'm gonna take the lantern
Okay.
and like kind of try to poke it through.
Okay.
Can I see this thing that he said was chasing him?
You don't see anything chasing him, but you do see up around the ceiling a blob of darkness kind of moving back away from where you are, that your light doesn't penetrate.
Okay, so I think I see it. And I'll point to it. Is that the thing, Caldy?
Is it?
Kind of poke your head out. And yes, it looks like it is. It's basically, it chased you for some distance, but then realized when it couldn't get you, it is retreating back into the depths.
But it
All
doesn't
right.
seem to be going fast because of the light.
No.
It's not very fast at all.
And oddly enough, like to Caldy, you see the creature, the tentacles, the flappy bits, the whole 9 yards. Desi, you just see like a 15-foot pool of blackness. Like your light goes past that, but where that thing is, the light doesn't penetrate.
I'm gonna move back here away from that entrance and go say hi to Trestius. How you doing, old buddy? Seems a little safer back here.
I thought you said it looked like a squid.
Well, it does look like a squid. You guys can't see that?
It just looks like a dark blob.
When we get back to the village, we're gonna check and see if they got any glasses for you.
I don't
On
see
me,
any.
on me, Desi. On me.
Funny. Thanks. Appreciate it. Glad this job comes with what? Healthcare? I don't see any squid-y bits. I just see a dark blob. It's not like you said there were tentacles and
Trust these old goblin eyes. They see a little better in the dark than torchlight. It's there. That's what it is. I could even draw you a picture.
Okay. Hey,
And actually, he does. He pulls out. He's got
Okay.
those pen and things. He'll sketch this thing, whatever this thing is.
You need to make the hole a bit bigger if you want to be able to maneuver and do something about that thing if you want to go deeper. The
What are
hole is
your
30
eyes?
size.
What are your eyes like, Oktai? Do you see like squid-ish bits? Or does that just like a dark pool moving across the ceiling?
It's a dark blob for me.
So it's not just me.
Sarnaz, what are those things?
Darkness.
Can you elaborate for us uneducated peons over here?
Moving darkness?
Yeah.
How do you kill them?
Do not know.
Is it worth killing and exploring back down there?
Do not know.
What's the name of your god again?
Jakku's the flayed one.
And what was his tenets?
To subjugate those who are weak, to pave the way for the coming.
Did the coming ever come?
Not yet.
You've been sleeping for a while. You might have missed it, right?
I have been asleep.
Because Jakku's is kind of almost near forgotten. So maybe his thing was accomplished and he's moved on?
When the coming happens, the flayed one will arise and the earth will be scoured.
All right, but scour things can grow back.
Cheery.
Do you know how long you've been asleep?
No.
Can I make a rough estimate on how long he's been asleep based on what I see here?
Maybe 600-700 years.
Yeah, it was a lost god to Trestius, and Trestius is over 500 years old.
All right, so we're talking 6 centuries, give or take 50 years. That's a lot of trees growing back time. And there's no civilization that I've been able to find since we got back on this island, and everybody that we've met on this island has not heard of one. I'm kind of wondering what happened to you guys.
I do not know.
You think you can take this darkness thing?
Perhaps.
Let's not antagonize the ancient warrior from 700 years ago, shall we?
You don't have strict control over this thing?
Is there any part of your experience with me that explains that I have strict control over my magic?
Yeah.
No, you and I haven't really had a long conversation.
It should be fine.
Yeah, well, in Deer Isle.
Let's be civil.
All right, you're in charge of the Sarnaz then.
Questions
And
are
so
good.
is ours. So,
Ask
yeah,
them
it's not fair.
questions.
Cute
It's
little one.
good. We'll learn things. But if we want to kill this shadow, then I'm sure he can open the hole.
Sarnaz, do you still have the dexterity that you could fill in a map for me, or doodle a map for me? What this place was like in your time? This island? Where I'd find the city? Where I'd find some hot spots?
Yes.
I would feel much better. I would love you to do that, but I'd feel much better about that if I could pay you. Is there anything you particularly would want? As a token of my appreciation and respect
Your
in
blood,
exchange for this map.
your blood spilled is a sacrifice to Jakku's.
And where do I pour this blood?
And he just like holds out his sword. It is very rusted, very pitted looking.
You just want the blood on the ground? Is that it? I mean, given the state of the sword there, I'm kind of don't want to get it tetanus. So I'd rather do it myself if that's all right.
Hold it. You cannot feed this thing blood. You are looking for trouble in ways that you don't understand.
Looking for a map.
Put your gun away.
Sarnaz, do you have an understanding of this area?
Yes.
Caldy, put your pen and paper on the sarcophagus.
All right, I do that.
Sarnaz, please draw us a map as you understand it.
So this bony hand kind of grabs the pen. And it's a lot like giving a 1-year-old crayons.
It's something. We'll take it.
Because the skeleton has an int of 1. And has no concept of time or place. So it is... There are marks on your map.
Can I deduce them?
Not even remotely.
It's a great idea, though, Trev.
That wasn't worth very much blood there, buddy.
Would probably learn more if it had more blood.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of wee.
Not sure we want to feed it, though. But as far as the squid goes, I think we could have Sarnaz open the way and deal with that darkness blob thing.
All right, I've been awful pushy there, Trestius, and I think I'm out of my element. So I'm going to step back a little bit and let the experts in undead and crawling darknesses with technicals and that eat hats take over. I will move back by Desislava.
So Trestius, when you told Sarnaz to clear the way, he just walks over and just kind of like pushes against it, and there's like the sound of like falling stones and stuff as like few little things here and there shift, and then another push just kind of pushes open enough for a human-sized or a wolfkin-sized person to get through.
Oh, I should have been more clear, I suppose. Oh, Katai, do you think we should explore this, or should we go home?
All the materials we can. This thing's problematic, but now that we know that it's there, I think we can overcome it. Maybe there's something useful here. And the path is open now, so that thing can come out. So we better act.
Okay.
You see the blob of darkness over there? You just need to step in, and if it's an instinct hunter like Colby says, it's gonna try to attack, and you can be prepared.
Sarnaz, there's a threat to me out there, which I do not appreciate. I want you to find it and kill it. but I don't want you to move more than 50
What's
feet
the
away
guy's
from me.
name?
Is that understood?
Tracy?
Yes, master.
Go.
Sarnaz. Trying to cheer him on there.
Free HP. Might as well send him first.
Yeah,
Right?
mimic.
Okay.
So we are going in.
To be clear, we're sending him second.
Who's first?
I was first.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't like it.
Gotcha. All right.
And you're
Right.
right.
Not that you're going back yet.
So Sarnaz moves forward into the darkness.
And we're going to follow.
Yesterday,
Okay. So there is some twists and some turns. Who is carrying the lantern?
If someone who
I'm not a fighter, so I can carry it.
please, I was going to say, if someone who doesn't have a sword and shield could carry the lantern, I would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, I'll be the light giver.
So you guys are continuing along your way. You get back to that corridor there, Caldy, where you had encountered this before, and you guys see these bones on the floor. Quite a number of them. Some of them might be humanoid, some of them might be animal. You're not entirely sure. And I will get whoever has the best scouting to give me a scouting roll.
My scouting total 6.
That beats my 3.
Anybody get 6 or more?
I definitely don't. I'm not bright enough to have more.
I'm pushing.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ouch.
I'm gonna need a rest.
That's a brave but a pretty clutch push, actually. Could be.
So you guys are making your way through, and there's like stalagmites and stalactites. And you're like looking around, and you're like specifically checking the ceiling, just in case. And
Oh yeah, definitely looking up.
and Caldy, you see one of the stalactites detach from the ceiling and come kind of flying down towards you guys.
I'll point it out. So see if you can get my hat back. Just as a note to everybody here, my once 4 empathy is now 3 from the previous time I was in this room. Now my wits, which was previously 5, is the equal of my strength and agility. So Caldy Fig can now do nothing but hold a lamp.
That's why you have all the willpower.
I have full willpower.
So good news, because it was spotted, you guys get to draw initiative. I don't get to sneak attack you.
That's all of us draw?
Yep. Don't draw for the skeleton. He goes on Trestius' initiative.
Okay.
Right.
But everybody else is drawing?
Yep.
5.
Low is good, right?
Low is good.
I'm just waiting for. There it is.
And we can trade. So, Caldi, you could
Not
trade
today.
with Okatai or
Someday.
Desi.
Yeah, Okata, you go first. My 2 becomes something else.
Yeah, you're
Tomorrow.
holding a lamp, right? So,
Yeah,
become a
my 2
4.
goes. Who's last? Who goes?
Currently, I am.
Where's the Dark Man? When does that one go?
Right after you.
Yeah, Chris got a 3.
So who's our damage person? Is that Desi?
I think Okatai is the damage guy, and Desi is the defense person.
All right, so
Something that's important to note is this thing is in the air. It is not in melee combat.
who's our range weapon person besides me?
Headaches
Trestius.
tonight. And
Trestius? Well, we gave. I'll pass to. How about I pass to you, and that way you got range and you've got your Horizon dead.
Well, I'm going first anyway, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got a 1.
All right. Well, then Okatai goes. Takes my turn.
Could we set up a reaction in Forbidden Land? Don't remember.
There are no held actions or anything. That's why you get to play around with your initiative.
So I guess the best would be for the Darkmantle to attack before me and Anita attack because we're close range.
Trestius going first with Risen dead as well, and then you.
I think it would be more efficient if I didn't, because the Darkmantle is out of reach right now.
All right.
Fine
Well,
with
then I'll
me.
pass it to Desi then.
Sure.
I just always pass to you, so I don't know. I didn't want to do it this time. But yeah, you're right there, so we can do that. It's in the air though. That's the thing.
But it's out
All
of reach, eh, Chris?
It is out of reach.
Might not be if you could shoot it with something.
So,
Oh, I could shoot it. I'm just
okay.
worried about
I just
the
never noticed
Horizon.
that.
it would technically be at short range. Because it is like one zone up, essentially. That's what the one above it means.
Could I, oh, so I couldn't reach it with this year.
I have a sling.
Alright, Trestius, you're up.
I will knock an arrow and I will shoot it.
Okay. -1 for short range.
Once I remember I had to do it.
Shane
There we
lives
go.
down there.
-1.
Other side of
And I
town
can't back
is
up because
where
I have to ready it, right?
the
Correct.
I am not pushing that.
Zing! And roll for your arrows.
Oh, right.
Their house is kind of cool when you walk up to it.
Arrows.
Right. Your skeletal friend is.
I'm going to order it to kill the shadow.
Yep. It will swing at it to no avail.
Yeah. But the order still stands.
Yep. Desi.
I'm. The only thing I have is my sword. Yeah. Can I pick up a rock and try to throw it at it?
You sure can.
Okay, I'll try that. So that would be a what?
Marksmanship.
Oh. Okay.
At -1 because of range.
Probably not going to go well.
Nope.
No.
That is a -1.
But it kept me busy while I wait to parry.
Its turn. There are 1, 2, 5 of you.
Roll a one. Roll a one. Roll a one.
3. Kuldi.
Once you get a taste of Colby, he can't go back.
With a tasty hat.
That is a hit.
All right. What kind of hit?
So it's going to be 1 point of damage.
Can he parry?
Way out.
Important note: this attack cannot be parried.
Very important note.
You could try to dodge out of the way. You could roll move.
I will like to roll move.
Okay. And move is dodging is -2, and if you want to stay on your feet.
I don't care if I'm on my feet.
Okay.
So no -2.
No -2. You will end up prone, but no -2. Okay.
Push.
All right.
Never mind.
Roll.
All right. So this thing comes flopping down, and the tentacles kind of wrap around, like they wrap around Kaldi's neck, and the squid-like patagia between the tentacles wraps around his head. He is blind, grappled, and cannot breathe.
You're gonna make a shitty zombie.
Grab it before he started the zombie stuff.
Okatai.
Yeah. Is there a part of that thing I can stab without stabbing through Colby?
There is not. Some of the damage that you do to it will pass through to him.
I can take it.
You have the option, you can try to pull it off him, which is a contested might roll.
Well, might as well try.
Ah.
Whatever Colby says, I don't think he can take it.
Okay. So fast action to get up there, and then slow action to try to pull it off.
It's a might roll.
Alright, so you do pull it off.
Oh, that tasted awful.
Sure, it agrees with you. Ugh.
It's like ink.
Kuldi, you're up.
I'm gonna stab the damn thing.
Okay, -1 because you are prone.
Wait. Yeah, okay, I'll stab the thing.
Or stand up first.
Can I stand up?
Yep.
Can I smash it with this lantern?
You can
Set it on fire?
You can certainly try.
Hell yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
What's that? Just I don't know what to hit with that. Just melee?
Just melee.
I'll push. I don't know why I'm pushing because I'm full all up. You know what? I'm not going to push. I'm just going to let that. I'm going to miss so I don't smash the lantern.
Okay. At the end of the round, Desi, that rock that you threw.
Yep. Is it throwing it back at me?
No, but from a little bit further down, you see 2 more stalactites detach from the ceiling.
Oh, there's more. You need to send sarcasm up ahead.
Okay, so Trestius is up. I'm going to order what's the nuts? Sarnaz to attack Darkmantle 2. I'm going to ready my bow and take a shot at Darkmantle 2.
Okay. 1 sec.
Which I think is just the longbow attack.
Okay, so as he tries to move, the dark mantle wraps around his head.
That's fine. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Eat all you like, big guy. Do I have a modifier for this range, or is that the right range?
They would be medium range.
I'm not sure what the bow is. Let me check.
The first
Gear. Long range, so -1.
Yep, still -1. So you can shoot out to long range, but anything short range is -1.
So they're medium range. So it's not -1.
No, basically you can shoot out to long range, but there is a -1 for short range and a -2 for long range. There is no medium range. There's basically short and long.
Okay, yeah, I gotcha.
And long is 4 zones.
Oh wow, I'm in the wrong spot. I'll push that.
Okay.
And I broke my bow.
Well, it took 1 damage.
Bow is broke though.
Oh, it was broken from before, yeah. So yeah, you snap your bow. And which one were you shooting? Number 2?
Number 2, yeah. And that's who Sarnaz is trying to go after. Because I'm sure they don't actually think.
Yep. So it sinks right into it. The good news is they don't seem like they're armored or anything. They're just like kind of fleshy and goopy. Okay. He cannot see. So he kind of stumbles along in that direction. That's him. He's stumbling around. It seems like even though he doesn't seem to have any problem with darkness, he does still seem to require sight.
Weird for a guy with no eyes.
Does he? You're muted.
Sorry, are they up on the ceiling still, or are they on the ground now?
They're not. They're kind of in between. They're maybe head high, like they were be to eat something.
Are they within reach?
You would have to use both of your fast actions to close with one.
Okay. Do any of us have a torch we're not using?
I have plenty. In fact, I can hand you the.
I don't want the lantern. I just want a torch.
Yeah, I'll give you a torch.
Cully doesn't have
Okay.
any torches.
I have everything I want.
Yep, it takes your action to pull something out.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have a torch then.
Okay. If you can get a torch, I'm gonna see if they burn. We'll see if throwing a torch at them is helpful. And I'm going to move up closer. Do I need to cross the white line into the next zone to be able to attack them next turn?
Yes, because it's one action to change zones, and then another action to get within arm's reach.
Okay. I don't like being up here.
Okay.
Player doesn't like being up there. Desi thinks it's proper. That's it for me.
The Darkmantle is going to Crushing Embrace. It doesn't do anything.
That sounds terrible.
The Wounded Darkmantle senses Desi is nearby and is going to attack her. Ooh.
I would like to parry.
You cannot parry the grapple. You can dodge.
Ooh. I would like to dodge then.
Okay. So that is a move roll. -2 if you want to remain on your feet.
So I'm just clicking the dodge down at the bottom of the character sheet?
Yep.
I won't worry about being on my feet.
Okay. You don't quite get completely out of the way unless you want to push it.
I will. Oh no!
Oh no!
All right. So the good news is, though, is you throw yourself flat and you get completely out of the way of this thing as it swoops down. But in the process, you wrench your knee horribly.
Oh.
And this Darkmantle, there's 3 of you there. Okatai.
I believe I can. Oh, the Black Mantle is. I believe I can just stab it because I don't need to be in close range to get to it.
But you need to wait till your turn. Unless there's a Spear Fighter talent that lets you make the attack as they close with you.
Okay, no. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have it yet.
So yeah, this one is going to wrap around your head unless you would like to dodge.
Sorry to dodge.
Okay. Alright. So move roll, -2 if you want to remain on your feet.
I honestly don't mind not being on my feet.
Okay.
The ground is lovely. Come on down.
You see me rolling.
Alright. That is enough to throw yourself to the ground out of its way.
That's all I want to do.
I think we got White and Nerdy all tied up.
Okay, Ty, it is your turn.
I will use my fast action to get up and my
Right now, you only have your slow action left because it's your fast action to dodge.
yeah, but I do not need to close with the thing to attack it because I have a spear.
Yep. So you would attack it from prone. You can't get to your feet and attack.
I cannot use, because I used my fast action to dodge. Okay,
Right.
makes sense. I will attack from prone then.
Okay.
Stab it up. Do I have a negative on that?
I'm just checking that now.
I see Desi's way up there.
Yeah, I thought I would try to hit them next turn, and I got smacked to the ground instead.
Oh, so it's going well.
Oh yeah, totally. Caldy, on the other hand, is supposed to be fetching me a torch. Because I thought, hey, maybe they burn. That'd be nice.
Why do actual printed rulebooks not have control F?
Why don't all rule books come with a code so you can download the PDF?
That'd be nice. I mean, Modifius does it. Part of why I adore them.
I mean, every book. I mean, like this old
Every
Penguin edition of Frankenstein that I have, that was published in 1971 should have that.
Okay.
second.
As far as I can tell, there's no penalty for attacking from prone, but opponents get a +2 on close combat against you.
Okay.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, it is.
So I can stab up.
Yep. Generally speaking, if you are prone, you must first spend a fast action to get up before you can attack, but a spear will let you stab from the ground.
Yeah, like spear.
Yeah.
We need a haste spell. But I'm not that kind of wizard.
I am not gonna push that.
All right.
Or
Kuldi.
all right. So I guess what I want to do is pull a torch out, light it with the lantern, and run it up to Desislava. Is that all right? Do I have enough moves for that?
You can pull out the torch and you can light it, because that's two fast actions.
Can I throw it?
No. You can throw it unlit to her.
What good is that?
Yeah, it kind of needs to be on fire to be helpful.
Trestius, what kind of trouble are you in right now?
Otherwise, it's just a club.
I think I'm fine-ish.
Ish.
All right. Well, I guess I'm. Somebody wants to get into our game.
Probably Mark.
Yep.
I got him.
All right. So I'm going to pull it out, and instead of lighting it, I'm going to run up to Desislava. Is that all right?
You do need to make a move roll. It doesn't take an action. Otherwise, the Darkmantle will get an attack at you.
Well, then I'll stay here and light it then.
Okay.
It's going to have an attack on me anyway. 1 in 3 chance, right?
Yep.
All right. So I will pull that out of there, find out how much it costs me. I think it's just going to cost me 1 willpower.
Yeah, it's like a couple of copper for a torch, I think.
All right. So I'll spend the willpower.
Okay.
And I have a lit torch.
Perfect. That will take us around to Trestius.
All right. So first of all, I'm going to tell Sarnaz to kill the one on his face.
Okay.
Because
So how is that?
obviously you need to tell him that. I assume that's not an action.
Very obedient.
No, it's not.
I have a throwing knife, so I could pull that knife. It doesn't have to be readied. I'll throw it at Darkmantle 3.
Okay.
Because short range is the throwing knife.
Okay.
I only got the one because I've carried too many hands and heads, but
There's a teardrop lane.
That's how much damage it does.
Okay.
It's a blood drop.
I can't push it, right?
You can if you like.
I need willpower. I really do.
Get to
I'm
reroll
gonna
6
push
dice.
I broke my knife.
You did break your knife.
God damn it! I still did 1 damage, but I got willpower.
So yeah, so you throw this knife and it sinks into it and then kind of falls out of that rubber hide, and then like Kaldi and Okatai in their scramble there kind of like step on it and your knife breaks.
Snap.
Alrighty.
Come on, big guy. There you go.
That thing needs to just stab himself in the face.
I put 8 power into this. Do something.
You did 2 damage to it.
That's good. I mean, taking a hit and doing 2 damage, that's solid.
Okay, Desi.
I don't have a lit torch yet.
You do
Come
not.
down here and get one. We got a dark mantle down here too.
Oh, okay then. I will apparently run back.
Okay.
Did that one die, Chris?
No. There are 2 badly wounded and 1 partially wounded one.
Oh, it must be on the skeleton.
Yeah.
Badly wounded one's on the undead, yeah.
Can I grab the torch and light it? Or is that 2 actions?
It's already lit. It's already lit.
Yeah.
Already lit.
You can just have it.
I'll just grab the torch then.
Yep.
I'm guessing though that I can't try to jab it into the dark mantle.
You cannot.
Okay.
Action economy is very much a thing.
Yeah.
Really is.
That's why
Expensive.
all those talents they give you, like, do this for free. Do this for free.
We should have 10 moves and they should have 1 move.
Oh, wait till you run into a monster that gets multiple moves.
How do I get multiple moves?
Higher level.
Not even.
Oh.
I think it sucks. In our game, our fighter has a permanent critical injury that she runs as a slow action.
Ooh.
That sounds pleasant.
Yeah, she finally picked up a charge attack.
Yikes.
Horizon's coming to help.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, thank God.
So I don't know if this is because my dinosaur laptop is slow and I haven't been here all day, but on the Forbidden Lands Foundry, I just see a black screen of nothing, but I see the dice when someone rolls dice.
It's because you don't have a token in the scene, so.
Oh, okay. Okay,
We'll
I'm
fix
just
that
worried it
soon,
was my.
right? Because we need
So
help.
should I roll initiative, and does that create my token, or you got to do that?
No, I'll put you on. They're just about done this combat, one way or the other.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they got this. Whatever.
It's fine.
Reassuring?
That was well
We
phrased.
did any damage yet?
I can ignore that help that I read in the chat. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
This one is going to attack Desi. Desi has no actions left to dodge. You can roll your armor.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this thing is trying to wrap around you, but your armor is kind of
Stiff.
stiff, and it's not crushing you, and you can still kind of see. You do not take any damage from the attack, so you are not blinded.
That torch is just going to get passed back and forth and never actually used.
This one is going to try to attack Okatai, who is prone.
What are you guys fighting?
Darkmantles.
Oh, what?
Darkmantles.
What's the picture of one?
They're like squid bats.
Squid bats?
Yeah.
Sounds like a step up from the Sturges.
It seems like a step up from the Sturges.
So that is going to be 2 damage on Okatai. You do have your fast action back, so you can dodge out of the way if you would like.
They just roll on the ground.
Yep.
Gonna try to roll away.
Okay.
Rolling with my spear. I'll read together the talent that gives you a free dodge every round.
Yep. Fast footwork, I believe.
I'm working on that one next.
Okay. It is still going to grab you unless you want to push that.
Perfect. And it's not gonna help.
Okay. So you take 1 damage. And roll your armor.
Rolling armor.
How many of these things are you fighting?
3.
3.
And
One is severely damaged, 2 are damaged.
there's 3 of them, and between them they have 4 hit points.
You got this. What's the worst that could happen? No, wait, this is Forbidden Lands.
This is actually the worst that could happen.
It's already happened. I lost my hat.
Not the hat.
My pimp hat's gone.
The fancy one that was worth like 18 silver or something?
Yeah, with the freaking feather in it.
Oh, man.
I better find this thing once we kill these things.
Alright. So Okatai, take 1 point of damage and 1 damage to your armor. You are blinded and being suffocated.
Thing just enveloped his head and face?
Yep. And you're up.
No.
Who's up?
Okatai.
Punch it from the inside.
You can try to make a might roll to throw it off.
Okay.
Yeah, break the grapple.
It's not happening.
You do not make it, but yeah, you're trying to get it off. You trying, and it's like got its tentacles wrapped around your throat. You can feel it squeezing the air out of you.
I know you said tentacles, but I totally misheard that.
Kuldi, you're up.
So he didn't get out, huh?
He did not.
And I don't know. I think I'm just gonna dagger the one right in front of me then.
Okay.
I am not a fighter. And I am not pushing shit.
Don't push that. No, that's fine. That's damage.
So yeah, you drive your dagger into it, and blood starts to, or ichor starts to spray out of it. It is definitely very badly wounded.
All right.
Trestius, you're up.
All right. So Sarnaz is dealing with his guy, right?
He is.
I have broken 2 weapons in this fight. I still have a knife. They're definitely monsters, right?
They are.
So magic doesn't help.
More specifically, they're not humanoid.
Right, yeah. So most of my magic only works on animals or humanoids.
Well, I mean, they would be susceptible to drain life.
Really?
Yep. I mean, so would everybody else around you, but
Oh, that's a ritual, though.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
We ain't got time for that. I mean, that just kills everything. So, pulling a weapon, I assume, takes an action.
It does.
Okay, I will pull my knife. I will move into melee, and that'll be my action.
Okay. In the meantime, Sarnaz has defeated his. And you guys kind of out of the corner of your eye, you see he's basically just taking his sword and like jabbing it into his head.
Yeah, I'm sorry you had to see that.
I mean, if it works.
Desi, you're up.
I can't use that tactic. I have a lit torch in my hand.
You do.
Finally, I'm gonna try to jab that lit torch into the Darkmantle.
Okay.
I'm hoping that they're flammable.
So that is a melee roll, +1 gear bonus from the torch.
Oh, they are flammable.
Well, you don't know if they're flammable or not, but
Sorry, and you said it was +1?
yep.
Oh, the tool gives +1. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. I'm pushing.
Okay.
Oh,
really.
It actually worked!
So you judge a torch into it. It does not seem to be overly flammable. It's kind of gushy, but the heat from the torch is enough to basically cause it to expire.
Okay. Did the torch go out?
I'm gonna say no.
Excellent. Okay.
The Dark Mantle, and there are 1, 2, 3. That's the one that's on Okatai. I forgot to move him. No, you killed the one that was on Okatai. Okay. Yes, I should have moved the token over slightly. But yeah, you do basically, as you bring the heat towards it, it releases him, and as it tries to move away, you torch it. So he is no longer suffocating.
Excellent.
But this one is going to attack somebody. Trestius.
no, I don't have any actions left. Oh, God.
Ooh.
I'm not able to parry that, right? Because it's not using a weapon.
Correct.
Okay.
You have no actions left to dodge
I
him?
do not.
That is 2 damage. You can roll whatever armor you have.
All right.
Armor?
Fine, forget it.
That's crazy talk.
Okay. So it's 2 damage to your strength.
I'm still up.
Okay. And you are blinded and suffocating.
And can't talk to the thing that could save me.
Yeah. Okatai, this thing is off your head. Just in time for you to see another one drop out of the ceiling and envelope Trestius' head.
Those things are a pain. I'm gonna use my fast action if I have one to get up.
Okay.
And can I use a might roll to try to get it off Trestius?
You sure can.
I will. Try this.
It is currently tied.
I can push it. If I want to use my pride, do I need to do it before or after I push it?
You can only use pride if you fail.
Okay. Push it.
Alright, so I will say because it's a tie, which means you didn't succeed, so you could use your pride if it's applicable.
I think it is.
Perfect. So yes, you can roll your pride die.
Let's see. I need to go in pride to roll it.
Yep.
Bio pride.
There you go. One more success. That is enough to yank it off of him.
Not getting the better of me. I am better than this. Rip it off.
Cody, you're up.
I guess I'll dagger it again. Dagger or something else again.
Okay.
Nobody's caught with it, right?
Correct.
I'll push.
Okay.
There we go.
Breaks the dagger in the process.
That's okay. I can get a new dagger.
But
Breaking so much stuff.
but how would you like to do this?
I'm just gonna gut it like it was a actual. Like, Caldy doesn't know anything about fighting, but he's seen he's traveled the world. He's been to a lot of whatever this version's world of Chinatown is, and he's seen a octopus filleted live before, and that's what he's gonna do.
Okay.
One hand on the octopus, one hand on the knife, and he's
Zip, zip, zip.
preparing it for a meal. Soup's gonna be on.
Perfect.
He doesn't even get ink on himself.
I mean, you don't want to mess up those fancy clothes.
Oh, they're messed up. I took some hits. No, I didn't take any hits.
Where's my damn head? He says.
Yeah, I'm gonna go looking for my hat. I'm sure I didn't need it.
Yep. You do find your hat. And at about the time that this ends, we'll say that Kogan and Ryzen have basically heard your panic screams echoing.
Give me a torch! Give me a torch!
You stupid flying blanket.
It's got my face.
So yeah, so your orc and your halfling come like running into battle just as Cully finishes off this last one.
I give it a good yell like Tarzan.
So we will take a very quick bio break, and then we will pick up with Ryzen and Kogan joining the group.
Perfect.
Great.
We almost died without you.
So the party has rejoined one another in this hallway littered with bones and these three somewhat goopy, boneless sacks of flesh.
No need to be cruel about it.
Hey guys, I found this cool hat. What's all that noise?
I think
Found my
the group,
hat.
there was
I
like
found a
rugs.
hat. It's a nice hat.
There was a couple of rugs on the ceiling, and they tried to eat it.
What the hell are those things?
I don't know. Is it leather we could use? That's it. Could we use a letter from those things?
Use it without
What?
everybody hearing.
What?
So
From the Darkmantles, do you think we could use a letter from those things?
I'm not sure. Maybe. Sarnaz, these people are friends. Don't harm them.
Yes, master.
here.
Stay where you are. And let me know if you see anything that comes our way.
Is everybody okay?
I'm fine.
Yeah, no shit.
Hey, you asked.
Sorry, I didn't catch any of that.
There goes Yurik's internet.
Yeah, he sounds very muted or muffled.
You hear me better like that?
Much better.
There we go.
Sorry about that. Yeah, my internet is having a little trouble again. I was asking if we could get letters from the Dark Mantle, and we probably can, now that we've killed the thing that was in the Grotto, at least look a little bit further, see if we can find anything they might have brought here. Does that make any sense?
I mean, we can try. I'm not familiar with these things. Trestius is like laying up against the wall, just exhausted, covered in sweat. Broken bow. He kind of looks at a throwing knife that he threw that somebody stepped on, snapped it in half, and he's just like, oh god.
The body of the Dark Mantle. We can just drag that back home and see if we can do something with that. The pathway seems to turn. I just want us to look if it goes a lot deeper that way. Do you still have a weapon?
Weapons, yeah. I'm gonna.
I have a weapon I could lend you. I have a spare trident on me.
Trident's a little bit big for me. Let me dig through my bag. I got a sling anyway. I have a very hard time moving around with all this extra torches, though. So if somebody wants to take this torch, they can have it. Actually, I think Desislava still has it.
Yes.
So make sure you add that torch to your thing because I can't carry it.
So that would increase your torch die by 1 step.
Yep. So now I'm at D6.
Maliwa.
I was asking Trestius if he was out of weapon too.
They're tough right
Give
now.
the
Sword
trident
plus
to
I think
silver.
give the trident to Sarnaz.
What's the advantage over short sword compared to a dagger?
Higher gear bonus, I believe.
Bonus is 1. Edged pointed for that.
The advantages of the short sword has parrying, so you can parry with it.
And his bonus is 2.
Yeah.
And it would cost 6 silver, which means 6 willpower.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna just drop that and let it lay. Because it's broken.
If you ever got 8, bring out a scimitar.
Can I use a scimitar?
Anybody can use any weapon.
Scimitar, one-handed, edge-pointed, parrying. Bonus is only 1. Damage is 2.
And it has, just so you know, any weapon that has hook means you can use it to basically, as a fast action, try to york somebody's feet out from under them and knock them prone.
As a fast action.
Yep.
Bonus is 1 though.
Yep.
I need that more I think I need the bonus more than I need the damage. Because my strength's only 2.
Okay.
What else do I have that's a good option?
When I was looking for myself with the broadsword or the scimitar.
I mean, longswords are a great weapon, but they're heavy.
Not longsword, broadsword. Sorry.
Do you have a broadsword?
The one I'm looking for. But right now, I have a trident. I can lend to someone who needs one.
How badly do you want a broadsword? Because I can give you one right now.
That would change my fighting style a lot.
That would change your what a lot?
My fighting style.
Do you have a dagger?
I do not. I have a long spear and I have a trident right now.
Right, it's only a bonus of 1. Damage of 2.
Long spear is a bonus of 3.
How badly do you want that sword? Like, what would you trade for it? Because this is 10 willpower we're talking about. That's everything I got.
Yeah, that's why it might not be the best idea. But if you wanted to get a weapon now and trade it later, I was suggesting things.
Okay.
It might not be the best thing for you, because all I got right now is the long spear and it's worth like 4 gold. So 4 silver, sorry.
The halberd. That's one of those long spears, right?
Similar, yeah. In the meantime,
What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a hand axe. I'll pull the hand axe. I'll drop the dagger, pull the hand axe out. That's bonus of 2, damage of 2, plus edged and hooked.
Okay.
And if Okatai's giving up his trident, I will give it to Sarnaz.
Did he break his sword?
No, but his sword's garbage. So
yeah, we can keep this. I can keep the sword even if it's garbage, if it's still usable for future use. If it breaks something else.
Okay. All right. So
bone trident.
While you guys are kind of rejiggering equipment, since Desi is kind of a little bit further ahead, Desi can give me a scouting roll.
I can try at least. Hey. An actual success.
All right. So as everybody's kind of, as Caldy's digging through his pack and everybody's checking weapons around and people are picking up, like, there are some loose coins scattered about here and there. Probably things that these creatures weren't able to digest, but you don't no, like amongst all the bones and the rubble, there's no sign of anything useful. No useful items, no weapons, no food, no armor, nothing. But Desi, just kind of up around the bend a little bit. Here.
Yeah.
You see a figure trying very hard to not be noticed watching you. Looks like it's a little vaguely reptilian humanoid, about 3 feet tallish.
Okay. I'm gonna take the torch in my hand and try to throw it at him.
Okay.
I don't know if I could actually throw that far.
You cannot.
At least throw it closer so that we can see it.
Okay. All right. So you throw this torch at it. You guys hear this? No, heroes don't hurt. Heroes don't hurt.
Heroes don't hurt.
Oh, you're talking? Okay.
Is this the squirrel?
Nope.
The squirrel is not talking to me. I haven't exhausted all of my mind yet.
Yet.
No, you're right. Heroes don't hurt. Why anybody would think we're heroes, I'm not sure. Hello? And I'll take a few steps forward so that I'm in the next zone.
It holds this little like crudely carved stone dagger, not aggressively, kind of like defensively.
Mm-hmm.
It's like heroes defeat darkness.
Sure. If those things are called darkness, then yeah, we did.
It kind of
Hopefully they were friends of yours.
it steps forward a little bit. It's like, no, not friends. Eat.
You eat them or they eat you?
Eat us.
Yeah, they tried to eat us too.
Heroes come to save us.
Sure. Yep.
I mean, we definitely can help.
It's like,
What's the you out there?
it kind of turns in it puts its knife away, kind of like looking at you, but it puts the knife away. It says, "Follow."
What does it
Any
look like?
more
Desi
of
will look
those
back at
squid?
Goldie. You following?
I was asking the little man if there was any more of those things here.
Darkness in many tunnels.
Goldie?
You found him.
Oh, thanks. All right, then. Yeah. We'll follow. Sure. Anybody else want to say it? What could possibly go wrong?
I'm now pointing to the meme I posted in the channel. Good job.
Yeah,
So I'm
I like that one.
I will start following. I'll pick up my torch if I chuck it.
So this.
I'll go. I'll follow.
Okay.
If I know about it, I'll follow. What are we following?
Little, I don't know, thing up there. What does a kobold look like in this game?
It's a vaguely reptilian humanoid, about 3 feet tall, dressed in just absolutely filthy, tattered rags. It's got like a little bone dagger, little crudely made sling bag.
So it's taller than Cully. By
Why are we following this guy?
Well, because we're heroes.
We're
and we just
heroes.
killed the darkness that was
It-
eating.
It either wants to guide us through this place, so we don't find any more darkness, or it wants us to guide us where there's more darkness, so we can kill those two.
One or the other. And Desi's kind of half turning around when she's talking to people, and she looks kind of bewildered. I don't know why anyone would think that I'm a hero at
I
all.
say.
I mean, we're gonna sort of place one way or another, whether as a guide or not.
I mean, I don't know you guys very well, but heroes is not the word I would use to describe us.
Gives Verizon the finger.
Come meet Slizzak.
Yes, I know I'm number one, but I'm not a hero.
Slizzak reward heroes.
With
Sure. What's Slizzak?
Chieftain.
Oh. Sure.
You're Slizzak?
No, Meepo.
Meepo? Okay.
And it continues to lead you through these kind of twisting corridors. It very clearly has a sense as to where it's going, and you do notice that it doesn't seem to need the light to the same extent the humans do, but doesn't work in the darkness as well as Kuldi does. And periodically kind of stops, and this little forked tongue kind of in and out, like it's tasting the air before it chooses a direction to go.
I'll keep looking back at Culdi and Trestius. Are we sure we're doing this?
Trestius is staring at the ground, just in shock. He's always in a state of shock.
This feels like tribal business. This seems like something we can handle.
Just ambling behind this giant skeletal armored thing.
And his big, scary were-dog.
And just staring at the ground, going, how does this happen?
I'm suddenly in darkness.
So as he leads you further along these corridors, you can start to pick up the faint smell of wood smoke in the air. The smell of something cooking, especially to Okatai with your enhanced woven senses. And he leads you into this very large chamber. And kind of in the middle, on like a raised stone platform, there's a very ornamentally garbed creature sitting on what looks like a broken stone throne.
Can you light me a torch, Chris? Thank you.
And,
much
and
closer than I'd like to be.
you can roll your torch die.
Oh yes.
That's why we're not lighting torches.
Well, I had the torch.
For that lantern.
before.
Yeah, the lantern is still going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll just follow behind, like an assistant this time around, as the Queen of the Kobolds takes over, and I'll carry the lantern for her.
Hero.
All hail the new
Hero
queen of the kobolds.
hero, not a queen.
We can
God,
be
long for a queen.
heroes just for one day.
So the kobold that's been leading you basically approaches the throne, kind of bows respectfully. It's like Slizzak, and they start like speaking in this language. It's a combination of like hisses and very kind of like sibilant sounds back and forth. And judging by the kind of the rapidity with which the two of them engage, his communication with you may have come across as somewhat slow, but it's more speaking a second language as opposed to anything else.
Yep.
Then the ornamentally dressed kobold kind of stands up from a stone. It says like, "Welcome, heroes."
Thank you.
Trestius leans on Uncut. It's so bad. It's so
He's
bad.
kind of looking around
Is it-
like, what is this?
Is this the guy on the broken throne talking?
Yep. Meepo says, "You killed the darkness."
Yes.
And he walks down the steps towards you. And as he does, he reaches in and he has a little pouch, and he passes it over to Desi since she's in the front.
Thanks.
Reward for help.
Oh. Sure.
We're glad we could be of assistance.
Darkness and other creatures kill many of Slizzak's people.
Yeah, the darkness tried to kill us too.
People be open to trade things with us. Now that we're friends.
Have some for trade. But he's like, it says, heroes, hungry.
Always?
I smelled food when we came here.
Not always like the darkness, but yes.
It's like, come, have food.
Kind of say out loud. Just remember, mistress, that I have a special diet. I cannot necessarily eat everything.
I'll look back at Caldy, kind of confused.
Give you a wink with the eye that can't be seen by the other by the kobolds. I want to know what they're cook. He wants to know what they're cooking before he decides to eat with them.
I know she does too. Trust me.
So
Yeah, right.
So they lead you back into what looks like a little living area. There's a couple of kind of like rough makeshift beds, a little campfire, and over the cooking fire on spits are like these probably 2.5 foot long centipedes that like a couple of kobolds are like slowly rotating.
Well, that looks interesting.
Guy raises shoulders and that's something I'd eat. Like he looks at you and I'm good with that.
And
that
the fire is far too hot to cook these properly. You have to settle that fire down.
I have the key.
Desi's looking at Trestius like, what?
Trestius still looking at the floor. Like,
Well, get it.
my eyes are wide. Looking at the
Trestius
floor.
knows how to cook?
You
What?
You used to cook for the fancy people, didn't you?
Trestius used to what?
I know he cooks well, but I think he used to cook for the fancy people. Am I wrong?
I've learned how to cook. The bugbear was, I think, good for.
I know that if I traded you.
Bugbear was well cooked. That's why when I started guessing, you did this before.
Well, I guess we know what he's doing from now on.
Used to
Look at
cook
all
for
firemen
family.
out tonight. It's crazy.
That it's not a possibility anymore.
For you to cook in general or cooking for them?
For them,
Yes.
I can help them.
I think his family would rather him not be home right now.
Desi's so curious about what these two have been talking about. Because this is like twice as much as I've ever learned about Trestius.
And Trestius the entire time is just staring at his feet. Right? His eyes are wide. He is just like not trying to engage at all.
Watch the little man.
It's a warrior next to him. He's just like, oh.
And Kogan will step forward, and as he does, he'll lean over to Trestius and say, like, you have to cook them at a high temperature to detoxify them.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean,
never
in
never
one
cooked
week,
one of those before.
we found.
Trying to speak with those little men and learn a couple of their cooking techniques. We'll probably be cooking most of their original dish for a couple of months, years to come.
And as you guys look around, like this, I mean, there's some furniture here. There's the stone throne. There's a couple of metal braziers. There's what looks like a little desk up on the dais. The food is actually served to you on like kind of like broken pieces of china. And then it kind of dawns on you that these are things that they probably looted from the crypt.
Makes perfect sense.
Got there first. Nice.
Yeah. And they will serve each of you, a section of centipede and some fairly brackish looking water.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on drinking the water.
What does my survival say about that?
It's dubious.
I'm gonna eat and drink merrily.
Good. Good luck with that.
Yeah, well, that's all right. I need a long rest anyway.
I don't think it's going to be a very good rest.
Well, I figured my wits went from 5 to 1. Or 5 to 2, so my wits are not that great, so his judgment is shot. So I'm just role-playing it.
There you go.
How equipped is this place? Like, do they have tools? Are they making things, or is that just bare bones?
It looks like anything that they have, aside from things that they have looted from the crypt for, like, plates, like some semblance of civilization in a way. But in terms of tools that they're actually using, like, you notice that their knives seem to be made out of sharpened stone or bone. They don't have access to a forge or anything of that nature.
Okay. Makes sense.
Slizzak, he starts. You would assume giving a speech to his people. He's addressing them as a group as opposed to individually.
When I notice Culdy go to take a drink of the water, I'm going to accidentally knock it out of his hand.
Okay.
All right. I won't make a big deal out of that.
Okay.
She's the bodyguard.
On the plus side, Culdy does not have to make an endurance roll.
Trying
Yay!
to do my job.
And yeah, it's a very pleasant meal. It's surprisingly tasty. Very, very quite filling, nutrient dense.
Nutrient dense.
Yep. It means the next day you won't have to roll for rations.
Ah. So full, we don't have to eat.
Yes.
I like that.
But Slizzak and Meepo will, they talk with their people, some shooting back and forth, and then Slizzak will look and say, from the forest, yes?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, from a land far away first, but yeah, then from the forest.
We were looking for a river. Do you know where any river is close to here?
And when you say that, he gets this look of. Actually, make an insight roll.
Yeah. Insight. That would be empathy?
Yep.
Just a raw empathy. I'm gonna roll a skill in empathy, which I have no point in because I cannot just roll empathy apparently.
You should be able to just click on empathy, I think.
Why does it not work? Oh, because I'm not clicking on the right empathy. Nice.
Oh, look at that. Right, so yeah, there's this momentary look of fear when you mention a river. Like obviously he knows what the word means, and then it kind of the look of that fear kind of changes. Like with empathy, you kind of get a sense of like whatever their overwhelming emotion is at that moment, and so a look of fear. But then you kind of pick up he's hopeful.
Is there something I should be aware of the river? Should I be cautious about it?
No, river not far. Meepo show you. River demons kill many of our people.
River demons?
Well, we killed some of the shadow. Maybe this is something we can check.
What is a river demon?
River demon. And he'll go over to his desk. He kind of brings back this fairly large book, especially for him. And he kind of flips through pages. Okatai and Trestius, you notice a lot of those pages are the sort of things that you would expect to see on a scroll.
Can we try to distinguish if it's more druidic or sorcery?
You can make a lore roll.
because I'll get curious quite fast.
I'll take that.
Well, that's
I'm done.
fairly fitting actually, because Okata, you don't recognize it at all. There's a druid written language called Maha, and it's not that. But
Okay.
Trestius, you recognize like the sigils and like like a seal of Solomon type of thing, and various sort of things. That book that he's got is a sorcerer's grimoire.
Can I tell what it's tied to? Like the school?
Not without actually being able to peruse it. And then at the back, there's some blank pages, and there's some fairly crudely drawn, but you can make out what they are drawings. They're not like the scritchings from your skeleton buddy on the map. And there's like a very crude drawing of the things that you faced in the corridor. The centipedes, what looks like a giant blob of something that is like kind of just rolling over some of his people. And then he stops at a picture, and it looks like this frog-like being. There's no sense of scale or anything, but it's like hunched back, and it's got like tumors or boils or something on its body pustules, with like huge fangs and like a mohawk type fin down the back of its skull. It's like swamp demon, river demon.
Yeah, it checks out. That I would have called that a river demon.
Does this look like anything I have ever seen before?
I mean, if you squint at it the right way, it looks kind of froggish. Has like the bulbous eyes and the kind of like rounded face.
And you can make enemy of any wildlife, so might be a frog.
River demons protect water. Kill people when we go to get. But Hero's here now.
I don't think that's accurate.
I mean, we could use a tribe. We could help those people and get a bit of help. Being alone on this island is a problem. They look like fine people. They treat us to food. Don't you think?
I mean, we could try.
I'm not saying let's charge to the river. I'm saying we could use some friends around here.
We could use some friends.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I don't have a tribe anymore. So all bets are off. We can help those. I don't know how they're called, but they definitely need us. And we could get their help. And we'll probably need a river if we want to have access to drinkable water long term.
Back from
Makes some
driving
sense
down
to
Melwood.
at least take a look.
I sent you a message there, Tony. We pay
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
we pay heroes if to stop demons.
altered
what do you pay?
negotiations.
And pay any motions to the little bag that he gave to Desi.
No.
No.
Pay in book. The emotions to the book.
Slizzak's book. You can make a manipulation roll if you would like there, Trestius.
Oh, wow, this is going to go great. Manipulation.
Sorry, what was that?
I can probably do that.
I mean, if he can help, that would be
My
lovely.
manipulation is awesome.
I just definitely want to take a look at that book. And those people are asking us for things for trouble. I'm thinking just having some friends, maybe some people to help us with labor would be great. But I'm not the best at negotiating, so call me if you want to speak with them.
Tell you what, I'm going to pull a crystal ball out of my bag. It says, if you need a relic, this is the great relic of the great crystal ball of Finn the Alchemist. And if you can find, I've never been able to put the study in needed to figure out how to work, but legend tells me great power can come to the person who can uncover its magics. And I hold it up to the light, and it's a crystal ball. It's perfectly spherical, magnificently crafted, just a crystal ball. But where do you see crystal balls in caves like this, right? And it just shines spectacularly. It says, for that book, I will trade you this relic that I don't know how to use, but I know is very valuable, and we'll take that monster for you.
Okay. Alright. So you can roll manipulation. My advice actually would be to converse amongst yourselves to figure out who is your best people person.
I'm probably the best at talking to people.
Okay, my empathy is 3. My manipulation is 3. That adds up to 6. Who can beat?
My pool is 9.
Pardon me?
My pool is 9 for that.
Oh my God! You do it then. I'll just hand you the crystal ball.
Yeah,
I'm good with people. I don't like people, but I'm good with people.
Yeah, well, here's the crystal ball.
So what do you want? What are we trying to convince them to do?
The deal is,
yeah,
we want that book in exchange for this crystal ball and the magazine and the killing that monster.
Okay.
Alright. So just so you guys know how manipulation works and how social conflict works. If you succeed in manipulation, the party has 2 options. They will either acquiesce to what you ask, or they will physically attack you.
Ooh.
So you always have to be careful when you're using manipulation. Obviously, based off of circumstances, right? And it's not mind control, so it has to be within reason. If they agree to the deal, they do have the right to ask for something in return, and then if you guys say yes, that's fine, then they will do what you have asked of them. If you guys say no to their request, then they won't.
Gotcha.
Perfect.
We have some really good social people. This is worth a roll.
Should not be me.
And just for the excuse me, just for the RP. Instead, Trestius is always looking at his feet. At the moment, he's looking at that book.
All right. So yes, you can roll manipulation. It is opposed by his insight.
I is staying close to Trestius, just because he's not sure if Trestius is going to do something stupid like lunge for the book or something like that. So Okai is staying close and keeping an eye on him.
So for Rise and Manipulate, I'll give you a +1 bonus from Kaldi softening them up for you ahead of time, and +1 bonus for the offer of the trade. So +2 bonus overall. So that's like 11 dice.
Do I just put 2 or do I put +2?
Just put 2.
Okay.
Nice.
I was going to say, is that good? Because I saw a lot of red there.
The red dice are your bonus dice, if I remember well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're giving you his daughter.
All right. They say you give us artifact for book, and you kill demons.
We'll need the book to kill the demons.
I nod at Raymond. Yeah, that sounds fair.
You trade artifact for book, then you kill demons.
All right. I will look very, very distraught, like this is the hardest thing I've ever done. And I will slowly walk over there with my head kind of down and my eyes closed or squinting and shaking my head like I don't want to do this, and I'll reluctantly hand over that crystal ball.
Okay. And he will hand over the book.
Sorry, what's so great about this book?
Beats me.
Calling. Give me the book.
Can I make an insight check?
Desi looks at Trestius because that sounded like a command.
Yes, you guys. Anybody who would like to can make an insight check.
I'm going to make an insight check to see if I should give him the book. My wits are down to 2. I'm like a normal person now.
Oh, you poor thing. Oh, you're not like this normal person. I'm dumb as a post.
Aldi made 2 successes.
I couldn't even get 1.
2?
You got 2 as well.
I got 2 as well.
Perfect. So Ryzen and Kaldi. Actually, what would Trestius's driving emotion be at this point?
Yeah, so he's watching, like, you guys have known Trestius for a while, right? Like, most of the time he's shell-shocked, he's in full PTSD mode, staring at the ground. He is looking at that book. And as it moves around, it's like a dog watching a treat, right? He's like, give me that book.
That's what makes it so weird.
So it stands out. Yeah, it absolutely stands out. His driving emotion is to get that book.
So yeah, you guys pick up just this like desire.
Yeah, maybe someone else should hold on to that book for now.
Right.
Calling.
Desi's looking at Kaldi like,
It's fine.
feels wonky.
Let me see
Not
it. Let
fine.
me study it.
I won't.
Don't make me take it, because I will take it.
Desi will step in front of
Tell you
Kaldi.
what,
Okatai is
Tell
gonna
you
put
what,
his.
to prevent bloodshed, you owe me one for this. Agreed? You owe me a favor,
Done.
and I'll pass on the book.
Okay.
And I imagine Trestius like grabs the book, drops to his knees, and starts just flipping through pages. Just no, 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 yes, 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 no, 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 yes.
What the fuck is going on
Absolutely.
here?
Not a clue.
So as you
Metagaming that I did that because you guys made me wait so long to get a hold of that book in the DC Heroes game.
So as you pass over the book to Trestius and he starts flipping through it, you guys feel like just the slightest breeze, and all of the lights dim just a tad. And that is where we will end today's game.
It was an awesome game.
Outstanding, Chris. Great game.
This is quickly becoming one of my favorite games ever.
I love this game. This is so good.
Just so you know, Tony, spending a quarter day studying the book will allow you to learn Path of Blood as if you had a teacher.
What?
Ooh.
It's the advantage of grimoires is they act as teachers.
Is that a spell?
Be good.
Like oh my god.
I mean,
That's
all of the sorceries
huge.
that have terrible name except the Bat of Stone, which is nice.
What does it do?
Well, it opens up an entire archetype. That's massive.
So sorry, is that a spell or is that a
Path.
learning path?
It's
Kind of
Like a
thing?
magical path.
Yeah.
Magical path. Okay.
Yeah, the way magic works is when learning a new path of spells it's like buying a talent.
Okay.
But rather than giving you a specific ability, the spells are ranked from 1 to 3 of increasing power levels. So when you buy the first level, if he buys Path of Blood level 1, he'll get access to the level 1 Path of Blood spells, and then have the option to blow himself up or whatever by casting the level 2 ones.
So it's kind of like a specialty school in D&D.
Yeah, kind of similar.
Kind of similar. Okay.
The big advantage for like for Okatai and Trestius, if they don't have a teacher, it costs them triple,
3 times, yeah.
3 times as much XP to learn a path on your own.
It's like the Bat of Song and the Bat of Gospel for the Bard. We have the same kind of path, but we need a teacher to get them while you just can't learn them.
And Chris, if I'm not mistaken, you can't actually learn another path.
You can, yes, absolutely, you can. You can't learn druidic paths. Okatai can't learn sorcery paths.
Oh, I get you. Okay.
Yep.
This is so good. This is so good.
It's one of those paths where you're like, yeah, I'll risk overcasting.
It could be really bad too.
All right, so we will do XP. Oh, incidentally, whoever is keeping track of party treasure, you guys scraped together 15 coins from amongst the Darkmantle victims.
Yep.
What's in the bag?
In the bag, now that Desi looks, there are some uncut, unpolished, semi-precious stones.
Are the coins silver?
The coins are copper.
Copper.
But the gemstones are worth, like in this raw state, they're worth maybe 10, 15 silver pieces. But if you find somebody who's capable of, making them all pretty and shiny, they will be worth considerably more.
Cool.
But it's enough. it's enough evidence for Caldi at the very least that somewhere, perhaps even in this cavern complex, there are veins of semi-precious stones.
So experience.
All right, so we will go through the XP thing again. Did you participate in the game session? You get 1 XP for showing up. Yes, everybody did.
For showing up.
Yeah, I don't penalize people for being late or anything like that.
Having a life.
Exactly. Did you travel through at least 1 hex on the game map you had not visited before? No, you have not. Did you discover a new adventure site? No, this is all still the same adventure site.
Damn it.
Adventure sites usually take 2 or 3 sessions to fully explore. Did you defeat 1 or more monsters? Yes. Did you find a treasure worth 1 gold or more? You did, the gemstones. Did you build a function in your stronghold? No. Did you activate your pride? Okatai did.
I acted on my pride, but I didn't use an act on it, I guess.
Yeah, you have to be in a position where you can use it. So like if you fail a roll rather than pushing, you're like, I'm going to use my pride.
Right. So I get that. I could have used it if we didn't have a guy with 9 manipulation there.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what your minstrels are for.
I'm not blaming you. That was awesome.
I was gonna say, fine, I'll just go sit over here.
No. My character has taken so much damage, but without actually taking a health damage, he just got beat up today otherwise. So I was glad not to make the roll.
Centipede quietly while everybody else does the talking.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Anyway, continue.
Did you suffer from your dark secret? I'm going to say Trestius did, because that could have gone very poorly for him.
All right.
Did you risk your life for another PC?
Did I?
I don't think so. I think had Caldi not given the book and Trestius pushed it, then you could have claimed that.
Okay.
Oh, I was going to definitely push that.
I thought the shadow things were nasty, but all right.
I didn't think you actually risked your life for anybody else in that, though.
I don't know. I kept trying to get ahead of Caldi.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Did you perform an extraordinary action of some kind?
I convinced a bunch of people to give me a grimoire. When that's a very bad idea.
Yeah, I'll say sure for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
I mean, we all know it's a bad idea too.
Who in their right mind does this?
Yeah, Trevor knows, but actually, I think Caldi knows too. He just wants to see the world burn.
Yeah. Well, especially like had push come to shove on that, like Desi is fully capable of just beheading Trestius in 1 blow.
Oh, for sure.
So like, so yes, so yeah, that is XP for folks.
And I really need a rest before we go monster hunt. So hopefully these kobolds will put us up for that.
Yeah.
We got things to do before we
does.
go on thing that.
Yeah.
I just wondered, last session, did it take a quarter days to do the first exploration?
No, not yet.
Okay. So I didn't do a thing well.
Actually,
the last session I did.
Sorry, it would have been because Trestius took a quarter day to cast his ritual.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering if I had a quarter day for the session I missed last time.
You do, yes.
Okay.
And the kobolds they are quite happy to put the heroes up for the evening, and they'll be asking you questions, and you guys can regale them with your tales and so on and so forth.
Sure.
Getting to know them, asking about the zone, asking about the region if they know places and stuff.
Yep.
You just can shoot a breeze with them, get to know the place a bit better.
Yep.
Maybe try to make some allies. I mean, they could do stuff with us.
Perfect.
Gather shit and stuff.
Can I hit rest before I log out?
Yes, everybody can hit rest before they log out, and then we will pick up, like, kind of in the morning, but we'll probably start with the social scene as you guys sit around the campfire with the kobolds.
That works.
Alrighty. So we will see everybody next week.
Perfect.
Thank you very much.
All
Great
right.
game, guys.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, guys. This was a good one.
Have a great night, folks.
Cool.
Night.
Take care, everybody.
Night.
Cheers.
The game.